First, the top news headlines. Gangai celebrated with religious fervor in Manipur. Bharat Bandh evokes mixed response in Manipur. Ukrainian Boeing 737 crashes after takeoff in Iran, all 170 abroad killed. Hello and good afternoon. You are watching the news today 1 p.m. I am HARIPRIYA. Now the news in details. The festival of Gangai is being celebrated in Manipur today. The state-level Gangai is underway at Sawombung Kawi Khunjau, organized by Manipur Kawi Union. Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution Minister Karam Shyam and MLA K.S. Biren attended the celebration. Offering of wine and lighting ceremony with sacred fire were held at the start of the program, where representatives of several civil society organizations were also present. The state-level Chakan Gangai 2020 is being celebrated at Ramji Kawikun, Sagolban, Imphal. The celebration is organized by state-level Gangai Celebration Committee, Manipur, on the theme, Loss of Religion is Loss of Culture. Loss of culture is loss of identity. Obligation of holy wine to Tingkhau Rangwang, shouting of Hoi, invocation prayer, extraction of sacred fire, devotional song, folk songs and folk dances mark the inaugural function. The 24-hour nationwide general strike imposed by 10 central trade unions, which began from 6 a.m. affected banking, transport and other services across the nation. The strike, however, evoked mixed response in Manipur. No untoward incidents were reported in the state. Band supporters holding banners and placards blocked railway tracks in Bengal this morning and raised slogans against the central government. According to media reports, transport services were also affected in parts of Odisha. Around 25 crore workers are expected to participate in the protest called by the Centers of Indian Trade Unions against labor policies of the central government. Meanwhile, the government has asked public sector undertaking to dissuade their employees from participating in the strike and has advised them to prepare a contingency plan to ensure smooth functioning of the enterprises. The strike carried out by various industrial trade unions, women's and farmers collectives is supported by left parties and Central Trades Union. Those participating in the strike include All India United Trade Union Centre, AIUTUC, Centre of Indian Trade Unions, CITU, All India Trade Union Congress, AITUC, Hindi Mazdoor Sabha, HMS and Self-Employed Women's Association, SEWA. A Ukrainian airliner carrying at least 170 passengers crashed today due to technical problems soon after taking off from Tehran's Imam Khomeini Airport, and all abroad were killed, according to media reports. The Boeing 737 belonging to Ukraine International Airlines crashed near the airport and burst into flames. A Ukrainian Foreign Ministry official in Kyiv said all crew and passengers abroad were killed, citing information from the airlines. According to air tracking service Flight Radar 24, the plane that crashed was Flight PS 752 and was flying to Kyiv. The plane was 3 years old and was a Boeing 737 NG. National Students Union of India and SUI Manipur State has condemned the violence occurring in various universities across the country. In a press release, the union said it condemns the recent violence in Jawaharlal Nehru University, JNU, in the strongest terms. It described the recent violent incidents in some of the prestigious educational institutions in the country, where an attempt to kill students by some secret forces with hidden agenda. Through the release, the NSUI also urged the government to come out with a long-lasting solution to maintain law and order in educational institutions. A 30-member team of Blue Band, a musical band, left Imphal today to participate the Bisgaon Manipuri Festival 2020 to be held at Januragarh, Habiganj, Bangladesh on January 10, 2020. General Secretary of AMIC, Manipinjoy, flagged off the team from Kangla Gate, Imphal. The festival is organized by Bisgaon Manipuri Festival Celebration Council. Manipinjoy said that the trip is a continuation of the Igi Congo Libre in Bangladesh, which aims to strengthen the bond with the Meitei diaspora in Bangladesh with the help of cultural exchange through music. She said that they hope to continue such trips in the future too. Now let's have a short break. Next, coming up, Modi's Assam visit cancelled in view of anti-CAA state.
Madeline Ambulance Service Manipurna pung kunmari chupna miyam gi seba tawjari. Ambulance service asina miyam da pizariba service singdi yumdagi hospital da pukhatpa, hospital dagi yumda puthaba, hospital amadagi hospital amada puba, yumthang nariba state singda anaba sing puba amadi lawba, loinana India gi mafam khudimakta chatpa yaraba air ambulance ki service asina chingmani. Masida natana lambi gi accident ta lemna hospital da pukhatuna miyam gi mateng pangjari. Adom sunga simak sep tawshin biu aikhoi gi contact number 9205987988 natraga Play Store sangbiduna Madeline F download tobiu.
Admission open. Board of Secondary Education Manipur na recognize Toraba Royal Academy of Science Wangkayim Falgi Academic Session 2021 gi mingchanabagi damak class 6 tagina 10 fawbagi form thaba hauzare. Afaba satra leizade afaba satra puthok jabani. Akupa marol gi damak Academy Office ta contact tobiu.
Welcome back. Amid the rising protests against the Citizenship Amendment Act (CAA), Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Assam has been cancelled. The PM was scheduled to visit Assam tomorrow to inaugurate the third edition of Khelo India Youth Games in Guwahati. According to media sources, the All Assam Students Union AASU on December 29 last year warned of intensifying protests if the Prime Minister visits Assam to inaugurate the Games. The Assam government, however, was confident that the agitation and protests were doused by the time Games began. On the contrary, anti-CAA protests have only intensified in the last week. Anti-CAA slogans were also raised during the India-Sri Lanka T20 match in Guwahati on Sunday. Owing to anti-CAA stir in Assam, the December 16 India-Japan summit in the state was also cancelled. The centre has moved the Supreme Court seeking transfer of petitions challenging constitutional validity of the Citizenship Amendment Act (CAA) pending before different high courts to top court. A bench headed by Chief Justice S.A. Bofde said it will hear the transfer petition of the centre on January 10. The bench, also comprising Justices B.R. Gavai and Surya Kant, said we are of the prima facie view that high courts should hear the petitions challenging CAA, and in case there is a conflict, then we may look into it. Solicitor General G. Mehta appearing for the center said there will be a problem as different high courts may take conflicting views and lawyers will be moving to different states to attend the proceedings as per a report. The top court said lawyers moving to different states for attending hearing in CAA matters is not its priority. Iran today launched a missile attack on an Iraqi airbase where U.S. forces are best threatening more crushing responses if Washington carried out further strikes, according to media reports. It said the missiles were in response to a U.S. strike last week that killed Iranian General Qasem Soleimani and Iraqi top commander Abu Mahdi al-Mohandes. According to sources, 9 rockets hit the sprawling Ain al-Assad airbase in the country's west, the largest of the Iraqi military compounds where foreign troops are based. The attack came in the 3 waves just after midnight. Iran swiftly claimed responsibility for the attack, with state TV saying it had launched tens of missiles on the base and promised more crushing responses if the U.S. carried out further strikes. And now let's take another short break.
Takshila Institute admission open. Courses on offer. Takshila Capsule NEET for NEET 2020 eligibility 12 pass. Duration 3.5 months and course fee is 1,214 per month per subject. Batch starts on 13th of January 2020. Takshila Capsule JEE for JEE 2020 April session. Eligibility 12 pass. Duration 2.5 months and course fee is 1,667 per month per subject. Batch starts on 13th of Jan 2020. Takshila Crash Course NEET for NEET 2020. Eligibility 12 pass and appeared. Duration 1.5 months, 45 days approximately, and course fee is 1,667 per month per subject. Batch starts on mid of March 2020. Admission free for super achievers like position holders in 10 or 12 any board exam, 85% and above in 10 or 12 in any board exam, 75% and above in HSLC for the students of Heritage Convent who are eligible to take NEET or JEE 2020. Hurry if your dream is to become a doctor or an engineer. What are you waiting for? For more details, please contact Takshila Imphal branch at Takshila Heights, Thamaiban DM College Road, Imphal. Scan the QR code for online.
Khurumjari Lamjingba Finance na makal khudingmaki gari sing haibadi 2-wheelers, 4-wheelers, commercial vehicles amadi commercial equipment singeba loan pizari.
Documents isang changdana amadi processing matam changdana yamna laiba mawongda loan phongbiragani
amadi adom ge achin ba thu bagi damak mayamna wabiragano makal khudimaki gari ke asu bandan dauzare Christmas ke oiba khadaba offer su pizari
akupa marol gi damakta lengsinbira u Lamjingba Finance Nagamapa Rims Road opposite Nitain in the Temple natragana
Lamjingba Finance Uripok Hawam Diwan Lekai
aikoi gi phone number 6909959834 da contact tobiro.
Welcome back. A natural 4.9 magnitude earthquake struck Iran near the Bushehr nuclear plant this morning as tensions in the Middle East soar following Iranian missile strikes on Iraqi bases housing U.S. troops. According to reports, the earthquake struck 10 kilometers southeast of Borajan, Iran, at a depth of 10 kilometers. Borajan is a nearly 70-kilometer drive away from Bushehr. The earthquake hit on a morning when the world woke up to news of Iranian missile strikes on Iraqi bases housing U.S.-led coalition personnel and the crash of Ukrainian passenger jet near Tehran airport. And now the sports news. Volleyball Federation of India (BFI) has nominated Baleshwar Singh of Manipur as SRC for the Khelo India Youth Games Volleyball Championship to be held in Guwahati from January 9 to 15, according to a release. '24th TSA Open Invitation Tournament 2020 was kicked off from January 7th at Thaiva Village, Senapati District. The opening event was attended by former President of Information Committee of Hill Area Manipur, Icham, Nongthombam Rajendra, President of TNZL Mangam Ramam, and other dignitaries. Speaking at the opening event, former President of Icham, Rajendra, expressed displeasure over the increasing number of non-locals holding top posts at the Manipur Secretariat, describing it as a threat to the indigenous people. He stressed on the importance of the youth of the state to become well-educated person.
Manipur si say kun ma thoi si makoi na ngai ngai da naga hai ba kuki hai ba mai the leiram de ba adu gum na ba isona pira ba igi tangkhul gi sin nau do ngasi Manipur gi oi ba asuk lur ba tam pham si da adu gum na ba luching ma do khoi thi da kha war bra lot khibra kadai de lot li no am tang thok pi ro hana khoina Manipur ne seroi phang ma gi ai gi tangkhul gi sin nau sin na Manipur gi jam ta lobi re ba thodang do ngasi su thola ga cha da am tang lobi re ga di ai khoi gi manung da ler pot loina mangkhin ama ta le ho loina mangkhin saitan loina sakhren mai te hai ba adi naga hai na lai ba ki hai na lai ba si gi pose loina mangkhi gadra ai gi yama thaje ba du ne ai gi tangkhul sin nau da.
At the ongoing first Moirang Thim Jodish Chandra Memorial Invitation Football Tournament 2019, organized by All Jiribam Sports Association AJSA from 3rd of January, the Sunrise Club Kadamtala beat UJB Markulian by 6-0 yesterday at Jiribam Higher Secondary Playground. JYC Jairol Pokwi will lock horns with Jiri Police team today. At the ongoing first Winner Season Sports 2019-2020 at Ithai Kunau Development Organization ground, the Ithai Kunau Mamang Lekai defeated KFC Kumbi Uchan Makong by 4-1 in the second semi-final match of under-14 knockout 5 main A side soccer tournament yesterday. At the event, former Minister N. Mangi said that the whole world recognizes the tiny state of Manipur because of sports. He also underlined on the need of such tournaments to help promote excellent sportsmen. The sports meet began from December 28 last. Before we close, let's see the news headlines.
The Sangai Express, December 2012 gang rape case, 4 convicts to be executed on January 22nd. 45 Foundation Day of Manipur Press Club. Chief Minister bats for protecting indigenous folks. Road mischief kills women along National Highway No. 2. The People's Chronicle. Nagas ashamed of pro-CAA leaders, says NPF. Anti-CAA protest stage in Mizoram, Tripura. Attacked on JNU students. Teachers flayed. Chief Minister Biren vows to protect indigenous people. 60K plus candidates to appear in HSE 2020. Imphal Free Press. Media plays vital role in shaping state's future, says CM. Deforestation. Hunting. Cut short city's visit to Shirui Range. The Morning Bell. CM says government committed to protection of indigenous people. Accident kills wedding goer. Injures another along National Highway No. 2 in Kangpokpi district. Minister Bishwajit releases theme-based MTech wall and DEX calendars. State Assembly adopts resolution to ratify 126th Amendment Bill. Education Minister distributes free textbooks to Imphal East and Kamzong ZEOs. Manipur Mail. Government committed to protect indigenous people, says CM. Gangai celebrations.
Mizoram Lok Sabha MP shown black flecks. 4 convicts to hang on January 22nd.
Before we close, let's see the top news headlines once again. Ganwa is celebrated with religious fervor in Manipur. Bharatvan evokes mixed response in Manipur. Ukrainian Boeing 737 crashes after takeoff in Iran, all 170 abroad killed. That's all for the moment. Thank you very much for joining us and keep watching Times of Manipur News Update and have a good day ahead.